Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here. Welcome back to Master Detective Archives Raincoat. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. I really appreciate everyone coming by. Today we are going to go through Chapter 1 of this game. We were partway through Chapter 1 last time when we left off. We finished the investigation part with our new partner, Halara, and we are now going into the Mystery Labyrinth, where we'll put everything together. Now I think I have a general idea of where all the puzzle pieces fit together, but some of the details I'm still not sure about. And again, I really hope the Mystery Labyrinth is good, because the first time we did Mystery Labyrinth in Chapter 0, it was kind of weird. Actually, it was really weird, and not very satisfying, so I hope that it gets better. I hope that we actually get to navigate the labyrinth this time too, but I guess we'll see. It's also kind of weird that all the NPCs that we've been introduced to this chapter have been unnamed. They just have titles. But I'll say right now, I think the culprit is the priest or the worshipper, but I think the worshipper is too easy. So it might be the priest, but I don't know. Halara seems to know what the answer is, but then what's the point of bringing her in the labyrinth if she's not going to tell me? But she's still going to support me, so I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, I know it's still Chapter 1, so we're still probably not out of tutorial land just yet, but I guess we'll find out. It's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little weird, so buckle up for that. Hey, Kiro Reaper! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, thank you so much for following me too, being a froggy friend. I appreciate it. Alright, well that's enough introductions. Let's dive on into Chapter 1, Mystery Labyrinth. Yako's lifestyle, a complete night owl. He typically sleeps in until noon, even when there's work to be done. So those of you that are new here, basically, we're going into like a mind palace that's gonna help us solve the mystery. It's kind of like a Persona 5 palace, sort of, but not really. It's kind of weird to explain.
Where am I?
I also still don't know what pronouns I should be using for Halara, because I thought she was a girl up until this point, until Shinigami started saying that might not be true.
What should I do? I'll need to explain everything, won't I?
We don't have much of a choice now. No point in keeping secrets here.
But didn't Shinigami say that if I tell anyone about my pact, then I'll die?
Halara?
I know she was just kind of half joking, but...
Explain.
Oh, we're just gonna do this every time?
And that's how this mystery labyrinth involving the Nailman killings materialized.
I see. So mystery labyrinths are materialization of mysteries themselves, and the truth is encased deep within.
Well, I'm glad I have a smart assistant that's catching on to this quickly, because I don't think Yasuhiko or, I don't even remember the other girl's name. I don't think they're gonna have a very good time with this in the next chapters.
I appear to have underestimated you. This is an amazing forte. I must admit, it's quite a superhuman power. As far as I know, no other ability comes close to this. Who are you? I refuse to think you're just a trainee detective.
To be honest, this isn't my ability.
Before you continue, tell me, who is that woman beside you?
Her name is Shinigami. I think the simplest way to describe her is that she's a guide for the Mystery Labyrinth.
That's me! I'm also Master Scaracute Mentor.
On to my next question.
You're just gonna ignore me?
You mentioned the Nailman case just now. I had heard the rumors about that around town. Why are you investigating that case?
Oh, did she lose her memory about this? So does that mean she doesn't know the answer right now, and that's how they can explain her helping me?
Huh? What are you talking about? We were just investigating the Nailman case together.
The Nailman. We were pursuing that case together?
So maybe this isn't really Halara. Maybe this is just like Halara's representation or something.
You don't remember? There was a young boy who wanted to hire a detective and you turned him down.
I do remember you received a request from a child about some case, and you ended up seeking my help. The cost for hiring me was 5,500,800 Yen.
So you remember that part?
You'll remember the exact amount.
But I can't remember what the case involved. I do vaguely recall investigating something. My mind is clouded. I don't remember exactly what was being investigated or what was discovered.
Could that be?
Yeah, it's because of the Mystery Labyrinth. The Mystery Labyrinth is a fortress protecting the truth, so outsiders usually can't reach it. If someone did happen to wander in, their memories of the case would be locked away. Though, if you have a pact with me, you wouldn't be affected. But I guess that part of the pact can't be shared.
This is the Mystery Labyrinth's defense mechanism, then. It makes sense for a vault that protects its treasure, the truth, to have a significant level of security.
I mean, I'm glad you're catching on to this and not questioning it, Halara. I mean,
Yep, totally not strange at all. Halara here sure is smart.
Halara.
Oh, don't mind her. She gives people random nicknames.
Anyway, since my memories of the case have been taken away, I will provide a supporting role for your investigation.
Supporting role?
As long as we're in here, I will act as your assistant. Well, that's the same as our original agreement.
That means we can't rely on Halara's detective skills to blast through this dungeon. That's unfortunate, but it's still nice to have an ally.
Hey, Master, before we head into the Mystery Labyrinth, let's do that thing.
oh great.
What?
No, I forgot about it. No.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
Yeah, I am.
I can't believe I have to watch this every single time.
Well, this world is just full of surprises.
Hey, Callie, yeah. yeah, exactly. I don't know, do people find this, like, sexy?
I assume that sword is used to cut down enemies, interfering with your progress through the Mystery Labyrinth.
You're right. It's a special sword that can interact with things here.
I better materialize the solution keys I got during the investigation, too.
Oh, if you think that's weird, yeah, she's gonna do something else. Wow, so sexy!
That was a lot. Here you go.
Do you have to vomit them out every time?
What? Should I use a different hole instead?
Oh, Shinigami, no.
Sorry,
Just, you know, just
don't
speak,
mind
stop it.
her.
Alright, we're all set. Now, let's unriddle this mystery labyrinth. Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
I told you it gets weird, guys. I told you. It's not really, I don't know, it's not the type of weird I enjoy yet. I don't know, I'm hoping it gets better, but...
I understand that progressing through this Mystery Labyrinth will allow us to obtain the truth.
Oh boy, I
But
love
what
labyrinths that are
happens
just straight
to us
paths.
if we can't find it?
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the mystery labyrinth.
Oh, what?
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind. Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the Mystery Labyrinth, and you vanish entirely. In other words, you die.
Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago!
Oh, relax. Quit whining. A detective is bound to die anyway. Isn't that right, Hallara?
It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Hallara.
Yeah, well, I don't need that information. That's fine. It's not like I need to know that sooner. It's not like it's important. Yeah, thanks for coming by the stream. Take care. Oh, this is different.
This?
They seem to represent the 4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress.
Oh, so I actually have to like... Oh, okay, so maybe there is a little bit of choice in how you go about this.
Oh, I see.
You see? Master, this is your job. So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the first one you investigated?
If the numbers are set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery.
Or maybe I don't get to pick.
First off,
Aren't you gonna check the scene at the clock tower first? Let's go once you're ready.
Let's solve this thing!
The clock tower scene is the 4th locked room. Let's hurry, Master. Fine.
Are you going to the 4th locked room?
I don't like that. Why are you talking to me? I mean, I was gonna do them in chronological order anyway, so...
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost die. It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
the 4th locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
That's right. And this is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible.
Oh right, this is gonna be annoying because you don't remember anything, so I have to tell you about everything again.
The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Like, even, like, this game, I know during the tutorial case, I was like, okay, fine, it's a tutorial case, but they kept, like, re-summarizing the entire case for me over and over and over, and it's like, I get it.
Which means that's the corpse.
Yeah, there were also lots of dolls nailed to the walls.
You think that's the corpse? You think that's the corpse, Hallara? Are you sure? Are you sure that's the corpse, Hallara? Comfy Dreams, thank you so much for the sub, I really appreciate it.
It looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by that Nailman guy from the urban legend.
Hence the Nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
This is the 3rd floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
So it really is a locked room mystery.
Hey! If this is a locked room, aren't we stuck in here too? Oh no! Master! You're trapped unless you solve this mystery! Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out! You better hurry!
Hey! Huh?
I see. So that's how to make the questions appear.
Halara's like, I see, you just get your neck slash open, I get it. Hey Relix, welcome to the stream.
I'm surprised surprised you're so calm after seeing that.
Oh, there's multiple questions. Oh no, this all is the same question. Where did the culprit flee from?
Here. It has to be here.
The culprit must have escaped through the window.
And your reasoning?
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry.
Which means the window was open not too long ago.
It's likely the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
Yes, this style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down. And once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked.
In that case, let's try leaving this locked room in the same way.
Right, let's try it.
Oh hi, it's you. Oh my gosh, your hair looks even worse in this world.
The Nailman killings have already been solved.
Hey Ash, welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. Oh my gosh, his hair is... Oh my goodness.
Is he that peacekeeper?
It's a mystery phantom. The people covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us.
Hey, he looks like a tree.
You think the culprit really escaped from here? This high up? If you fall, you die. Why don't you give it a try?
Help!
I like how they're all dressed in like rainbow, like, I don't know, rock star outfits?
Hey, don't drag me down with you.
We can't leave a guest behind, Halara! It would be downright unmannerly! So simple!
Oh, this is a new mechanic. Dealing with continuous attacks. Press the correct button when you think you have the correct answer to the questions the mystery phantom throws at you. Oh, this is the same thing, but we're not in an arena this time. Attacks are going to keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage. You avoid all assailing assaults.
Yuma, the mystery labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
I think so.
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
A tool?
You should have found something during the investigation. I was helping you, after all. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
Master, concentrate!
Must be it.
Oh, I just pressed that out of reflex, but...
We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church. The culprit had used that rope to escape through the window.
What traces did using the rope leave behind? Oh, I got this. No, it's not the wet floor.
No, I can't dodge it.
Yeah. Wait, what button am I supposed to press? It's like, I know the answer, but I don't know what button I'm supposed to press. Oh, I'm just supposed to press nothing. Okay.
The nail that was stuck in the doll under the window had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails had been hammered in below the window.
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, unless you've had special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
What kind of expert do you need to climb down a rope ladder?
In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been...
What's that?
I can't hear you!
What were the rope's burnt remains originally? A ladder. Oh, that's what he means.
Don't worry, I'm right here with you. In spirit, anyway.
Oh. Okay, that was easy. Kind of weird, though.
Ow. We're alive, I think.
Where's the sexy barrel? No, I don't want the sexy barrel. Yeah, as they're falling to death. How about a little quiz? While you fall to your death, you know?
Yuma, are you okay?
Yeah, thanks. You saved me, Halara.
Correct. It's all thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
Well, it was a lot of money.
And technically I didn't spend it yet.
Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room.
Right.
But, okay, this is the exact same conclusion that I had, but there's still something that doesn't make sense. Like, if the shutter closes, and then the rope ladder gets cut off, there should be, besides just the little rope markings on the nails, there should be, like, actual remains of the rope where it got cut, right? Like, the culprit wouldn't be able to pull the entire ladder down if part of it was still inside the room after the shutters closed, right? Are we just gonna ignore that?
So this is the rope ladder in question.
See? Like that.
It certainly would help you escape.
Like, after the shutter closes, how do they get the rope back?
The details of the case are still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator?
That's right. It didn't concern me at the time, but it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together. And that's how they made a rope ladder.
Hey, Superwoman, welcome to the stream. You think if they pull hard enough, the rope falls pretty fast? I don't know, because the way they show it being wrapped around those dolls, the angle doesn't make sense. No matter how hard you pull down, it's not going to come loose like that, unless they had some safety release on the end.
What makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail under the window showed signs of friction from a rope, and had some yellow fibers on it.
Come on, game, show me.
A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. And there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking about it now, these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
Because it's kind of the same with Case 1, or Case 0 in this game. There are a lot of little tiny plot holes that they just never explained.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail?
Okay,
How did it get
okay.
down from the bottom?
Okay, are they gonna explain that?
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom...
Okay, so if the rope was tied that way, I guess, and then the yank on one side, then... Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. That seems a little weird, but I'll buy it.
It would have been one long single rope, which they could easily pull down.
They would have to do this pretty fast, though, because that shutter closes. Like, within, like, 5 seconds. They have to climb down and cut all the rope and then pull it, in, 5 seconds.
The window's shutters fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room.
Like, they'd have to be super fast at doing that.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props. To me for training you.
Yeah, was it the Flash that committed this crime or something?
The culprit used that rope ladder to escape the clock tower. What of it?
Back.
That doesn't change our verdict at all. The watchmaker is the culprit.
I like how the ribbons on his hood turned into, like, vines.
Master, boom, kill the mystery phantom blocking your path.
Yeah!
See, like, again, I don't think the fear of heights is a very good argument, but it works.
Deductions of yours are unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime. The watchmaker was also at the scene. And he had a hammer for the nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room and escaped via the rope ladder.
Yeah.
This is the truth. The watchmaker is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. No way he climbed a rope ladder that high up.
Like, I mean, I guess this works for a mystery labyrinth. It would not work in a courtroom.
So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the nail man.
Yeah, imagine if I slashed too early or got hit. I had to listen to that entire thing all over again. Ugh.
Damn you!
The whole time I was like, wait, is this one? Is this the one I slash? Is this the one I slash? Okay, goodbye.
You said these mystery phantoms try to cover up the case, right? Which means the Peacekeeper Seth is trying to do just that.
I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case.
Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
Right.
Jeez, who's the protagonist here?
Like, again, it's like we have 4 locked rooms, but they're quite simple locked rooms.
By the way, Yuma, about your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
The solution blade works against anything in the mystery labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
You could have told me that sooner.
Can I use that sword?
Oh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Hellara. So, nope, you can't use the solution blade.
I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of what happened. Let's return to the case. Assuming the watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notion of who is?
I do.
I mean, the only clue we have is that only the priest has access to the incinerator.
Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reason why now. That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church. Prompt and logical. I am quite impressive.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn?
Wait, should I be spending my points? I still haven't spent any of my points.
Come on, pay attention! You better not be skimming over this. Hey, Master, do you need a pack set whichever skills suit you best?
I mean, I guess I've had to get them in order, right? So, memory cost 1. SP 11. Sure. In Shinigami puzzle sequences, remove one solution key Shinigami will barf up. That's the barrel stuff. And then increase stamina. In Reasoning Deathmatch, shorten the assist ability's recovery time. I keep forgetting to use the assist ability. I think like straight up stamina would probably be better. And then this one, I haven't been using the keys that she bars up on the side, because I usually know what word they're going for. Get this for now. This just seems universally useful. Oh, these are all just stamina things. I can see what these other ones are. In solution key sequence, remove one incorrect solution key. Okay, so this just keeps removing keys. During Shinigami puzzle sequences, slow down the rotation speed of the barrel. When combined with Stand By Me in Reasoning Deathmatch, assist ability recovers faster. In Reasoning Deathmatch, reduce the number of colored words, make it easy to identify what to... Okay, that sounds useful. I'll take that. I guess I should equip this anyways. It seems I have much more memory cap than I thought. In Reasoning Deathmatch, remove one incorrect solution key. So all these just remove keys. You know what, I'll leave it like that for now. I'll see if there's like a specific mini game that I feel like I'm not good at, then I will bank on that, but... Yeah, is there a skill that just makes us not play the mini games? Yeah, so most of the skills seem like they just remove some of the wrong answers. Just fine, but...
I see.
Wow!
Okay.
Hey! A treasure chest! Can I open it? Check it out! A new solution key!
Only clergy members have access to the incinerator. I mean, technically, I should have already had that key before coming in here. I already knew that.
We're back to the original spot.
So, we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit, which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
You learn fast. Unlike a certain master I know.
If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Oh, are you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
We're
No,
short
I'm
on
not.
time, aren't we? Let's move on.
Right.
I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul. What do we do next? You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Let's see...
Is this like one of the situations from Chapter 0 where it's like, I could pick one of these, but then one of them leads to like a temporary dead end and I need to go back through another one to go back through it? So number 1 was the club. Number 2 was the mansion, and 3 was the art gallery. I mean, okay, the art gallery I'm sure had something to do with throwing the key back in. Oh god, the doll's moving around, great. Number 1, the guy used the nails to climb into the vent. And then number 2, I think, was when I think he used a counterweight. Okay, I guess we'll just do them in order from here.
The first locked room happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the first locked room? mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place. Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
Yeah, okay.
Where did the culprit flee from?
This is where I used Halara's Forte with my coalescence for the first time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious.
Here. I know. What about the vent?
You believe the culprit escaped through the vent?
Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover were removed. Which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
Thanks for coming by, Callie. Yeah, have a good sleep. Thank you, thank you. Rest well. Oh, hi, Seth. Good to see you.
How ludicrous. You're saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible.
Master, poking full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course.
What does that mean?
Door key, nails beneath the vent. Okay. Try the nails beneath the vent.
How ludicrous. They used the vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up?
Oh,
There's no
ow.
way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed.
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
Then...
Come on, just say something about climbing up into it. I have to listen to this all over again.
How ludicrous. They used the vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed. There's no foothold to use to...
There we go, that's what I want.
I'll slash through this mystery.
I should try using Halara's skill. They didn't tell me what it was.
Some of the nails stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downward. The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
And the pacing of the mystery dungeon is so weird with all like the mini games. Like it never feels like you're constantly on like a
So
climb.
you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Because like in Ace Attorney or like Danganronpa, like as you escalate the conversation, stakes get higher, people get more heated, the story just builds on itself. But each time we do this, it's like the story builds and then it like pauses to do the mini game. You kind of solve something and then it kind of like ends, and then you're kind of left down here again, and then you have to wait for it to build up again. You're never on a constant incline. It doesn't seem very exciting, you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent. Did you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yeah, Without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
Sorry.
You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh? Anyway, let's head out. I'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Right, let's hurry.
So they're not going to show me actually doing it?
The Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place.
Like, that one was too simple, because the culprit didn't even re-screw the vent on afterwards. Like, they just went up into the vent and then closed it behind them without screwing it back on.
I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries?
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
There is?
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is?
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway.
We're probably going to have to use it in, like, a future
So,
Labyrinth.
never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
It's like a plot device.
Got it.
So maybe with the abilities, I should prioritize on the deathmatch ones, because they seem to do that a lot. I don't really care about the solution keys. I'd rather just have less statements coming from... Is there a way I can make less statements come from the boss? No. Okay, fine.
There it is! Another treasure! So, who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll? Oh, that's me!
Sorry, Shinigami, but of all the characters here, you're the one I like the least.
Alright! Another solution key!
Only someone with a slender build could have used the nails as footing or escape from the vent.
Looks like another clue leading us toward the culprit.
So is that just telling us it's not the servant dude because he was bigger and bulkier? So it wasn't him, and then they're probably going to do something about the nun and say that she couldn't do it with a broken arm, depending on when she got that, so... I think it has to be the priest.
Someone pen.
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble. And given the size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it.
So the culprit must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
How's the game going? Is it getting better? I'm not sure if it's getting better, but it's not getting worse. Does that
Keep it
count?
up, Master! This is all thanks to my training. Alright, let's keep going and solve the remaining locked rooms!
Yeah. Being tolerable and then staying tolerable is okay. I'll take that.
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the second locked room?
Yeah, it really feels like I'm just doing the investigation twice. Really. It just feels a little redundant. Like, the fun thing about Ace Attorney and Danganronpa is usually, even after you do investigation, you still don't know how it happened or what they did or what the motive is, because usually you still need, like, the testimonies, and the testimonies and the revelations from those help you solve it. But here it feels like I'm just restating the same things.
There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other mailman killings.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room or we're not leaving.
I'll try. The door was locked when the corpse was found, and the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
So I think the culprit must have escaped from the door in this one. They went through the door, they put the key underneath the body, but then they used it as a counterweight using some rope, and then they lowered the body upper torso back onto the key, so it looks like they weren't able to reach the key.
Here! This has to be the spot! To leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure. After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
Hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
What do I do?
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes, I'll try.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
Thrown in.
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they managed to throw the key right under the corpse from here...
They must have practiced that shot multiple times then.
It stopped. But nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Oh, Lara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
You haven't?
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The key was definitely tossed inside. But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in? Maybe the corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
Plus, if they threw it in like that, like they'd only have one throw to get it in the right spot. Because if it didn't land underneath the body's torso when the body was propped up, then they're screwed because they can't reopen the door and then replace it.
Aww, the way's completely blocked off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
Oh, is it barrel time? Is it barrel time?
At least give me a heads up first.
Says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
Tool?
That's all the advice I'll provide. You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
Got it.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor. So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for what?
Barrel time, barrel time, barrel time.
Out, Master!
Culprit used a... Well, I know it's like a rope, but... What word am I looking for?
Are you
Used
just gonna
a...
leave me here?
Good... Guide rail?
Twirling,
Yeah, I could do this.
Twirling, twirling.
How do I use this? Here. Sort of marks around. Well, I know what it was. Thread? Thread. Do I have all the letters for thread? I don't have an H.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Like, I know what it is, I just don't know what word they want. Oh, never mind. Rope, thread, string. Is it string? String? Oh.
That's right.
Oh, get back here!
That's right.
Oh, come on, get back here.
Nice.
It's weird because, like, the word string is one syllable, so when you look at that number of, like, blanks, you're like, oh, that looks like a long word, but it's like, it's not because of all the consonants. Like, it looks longer when you just see blanks for that one.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
Oh, hey, Seth.
You really think a tiny string could move a whole corpse?
There he is again. That rude and gloomy guy.
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor, which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
Oh, true. If the corpse was stuck in place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
Hey, I need. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being a froggy friend.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
Oh, it's one of these things.
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping
Of course it is. Because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
Master, let's take him down first.
Yeah.
Oh, or is it another boss arena thing? Yeah, when do we get our personas? I'm gonna try to use Halara's assist ability because I still don't know what it is. And I'm not gonna bother slashing all the noise because that's just extra stuff to worry about.
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was
she gives me a shield. Oh.
Say,
Except...
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
I'll slash through this mystery. No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips. If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
Oh, hi, there's 3 of you now.
What? What's this?
ugh, gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual circumstances. It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved.
Like, in Ace Attorney and Danganronpa, there's always times where your mind is kind of ahead of the plot, where you kind of figure something out, but you still have to, like, take those stepping stones the game plants for you, which is fine, but it feels like in this game, the entire mystery, my mind's already at the end, but I have to go through all these stepping stones. It's not just like once or twice, it's like the entire case.
So all that remains is to answer, how was the pin body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door! It's getting further away!
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
Hey Arbon,
Right.
welcome to the stream.
The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down.
Yeah, good luck with your homework envelope. Thanks for coming by.
mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it. The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
Oh, is it the comic book time?
Think like the culprit, Master.
Think about how the culprit created the locked room, follow the same steps.
Blood place is suspicious.
Inspect items fall in sequence of events. Some of the items weren't used in the crime, so be careful.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
Well, I mean, do I start with string? I guess I should tie the body first, right?
Maybe you got the order wrong. First, you need to tie the fishing line down.
Oh,
Find a sturdy spot where it can be easily retrieved later.
ow.
Maybe you got the order wrong. First, you need to...
Oh. Duh.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place. That's it! It passed through a doll's eye! And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else. Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was... here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line. Now, to return the line to the vent.
Still,
This kept the corpse's upper torso in place.
that means they only had one shot to
room
throw the
has been
key.
Completely prepared. So
You only had one shot to
next-
throw the key in the right spot.
The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then... the key was thrown through the gap in the vent. If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then,
And I guess if they...
the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key.
Wait, I was gonna say, what if they tied the key so that they could retrieve it if they did it wrong, but then they'd have to untie it, so...
That's how the culprit created the locked room.
So what is the clue that we get from here? The culprit had very good aim? Does that go back to like the nun having a broken arm? Because that's her dominant hand? Then this was like 3 months ago.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
Okay, only one more locked room to go. Then probably some weird showdown with the culprit. Is this Mystery Labyrinth gonna be shorter than Chapter 0's Labyrinth?
The bloodstains were strange. The length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different. The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body, but the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
Reverse Ace Attorney, where Chapter 1 is super long and the rest is just really quick. I kind of hope that's the case, but the investigation for this one was so long.
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest.
Honestly, I just kind of want to blast through these other chapters, but I feel like I'll probably take at least 2 streams for each chapter.
Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it? Which is me, of course.
Fishing line was used in the locked room mystery of the mansion study.
This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now.
Aha! The culprit was a fan of fishing!
Let's solve the rest.
Right.
So the third one is the one I'm least confident about, but it has something to do with, like, throwing it in.
The third locked room was a murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the third locked room?
Yeah, if the cases, I mean, I'm sure they get longer, so there might be a case we have to do with 3 streams, but I don't mind doing like 2 really long streams instead.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
So I might just do that instead. I mean, we might just have like 2 very long streams. We'll see. Again, a game reviewer estimated this game at 25 hours, which I think is completely untrue. Because it took us like 5 hours to go through Chapter 0, so... And there's supposed to be 6 chapters, but I don't know if 6 chapters includes Chapter 0, so technically there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or do they mean there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? But I don't want to look it up because I don't want to accidentally get spoiled, so we're just gonna go as we go.
This was at the time of discovery. The door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but...
No, it's okay, don't look it up for me. I'd rather just not know until we get there, but I was just kind of curious, so I wanted to see what I could find.
It opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
I have a sinking suspicion it is 6 chapters, but it counts Chapter 0. Only because Spike Chunsoft's official website says, please do not post spoilers about anything past Chapter 4. Which means that Chapter 5 is probably, like, the big one. Where did the culprit flee from? The door.
Here. I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but...
Oh, is that not right?
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked room mystery! Right? Right? Oh, that's totally it.
I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma, can you go check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did you already solve this mystery?
So if they didn't throw the key back in, what if they stole it from the other employee, locked the door, and then when they asked the employee to go back and unlock it, they slipped it back into his pocket so he didn't notice, or something like that.
You haven't?
Unless it's some weird thing with, like, the employee is actually also the priest in disguise or something, which I don't think is the case.
How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
Alright, let's go see.
Because I don't think it's like... I was gonna say originally it was some kind of string trick in order to get the key back onto that doll, which could also be... I mean, it's right there. But I don't think they're used the string trick twice. But again, we know that this culprit has very good aim, who knows? I could throw it directly onto that nail. They did also say that he knocked over that paint bucket when he went in, which could have been on purpose.
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Hey Lork, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by.
Halara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey! Maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
Is this the storage key?
Which means...
You stop cutting my neck open. Because of the culprit, what happened to the key?
I was right. Just toss it in there, Master.
The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
Or maybe did he kick over the bucket of paint to cause a commotion, and then while that was happening, he put the key onto the nail?
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
Am I supposed to press this?
This is the answer! It's still coming down!
Well, okay, so I was supposed to not press anything, okay.
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
But this is such a long timer.
Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
Why can't you just give me a no button instead?
That's the right answer?
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
So then it has to be Worshipper Man, right?
You're back.
Unless it was Priest and Worshipper working together.
The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master! You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
So wait, I have the doll in my hand?
All right, first, take the painting.
Wouldn't I nail the key and the doll at the same time? Oh no, the key was on top of the doll, so I had to nail the doll first. But then the head of the nail seemed too big to move the key through it. It seems like I'd have to go through the bottom of the nail, right?
The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location.
So did he slide the key onto the thing? And then knocked it
Painting
down?
was stood up facing the window. Now the
Oh.
part with the pierced doll is right next to the window.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
After that,
Well, now I have to go outside.
then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
So was knocking over the can just a commotion to knock over... Wait, no, he didn't even... knocking over the can does nothing. The can has nothing to do with this.
I can see the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
See, the only reason why I think this... I didn't think of this is because the way they showed this to me, when I was inside the room, the opening of the key is very small, and it's smaller than the head of the nail. So they shouldn't, like, graphically, it doesn't make sense to hang the key here, because the key doesn't fit on the nail. But that's probably just a graphical thing, like they didn't consider that when making the asset for the nail, because the head of the nail is too big for the key to fit through.
No. Think about the state the corpse was in at the time the key wasn't just hanging on it. What's...
Well, like, are you telling me I have to unnail it and then nail it in? That's what they mean? Nailed... Wait, what happened to the key? Nailed... Oh, so you unscrewed
The
it.
culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window.
Were there two nails on the doll, or did they take it off and then...
Finally...
Yeah, see, like, like, that's what I'm saying. The head of the nail is too big for that. And knocked it in.
I pushed the painting into the room. It completes the locked room mystery.
Were there two nails on the
This is
doll?
how the culprit did it.
Oh yeah, there was. So where does that leave me? I still think it's the priest dude.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me? Hey, gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
How would you decide that?
Like this. I'm the meanest. Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
What's wrong?
It's empty.
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
So we go out a whole lot of nothing.
That's terrible. I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going. That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries.
So does that mean we're done fighting Seth and now we get to fight the
Now
culprit?
let's go.
Right.
Again, I gotta ask, who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
Oh. Thanks, Relix. Yeah, this kind of does look Alice Madness Returns, doesn't it?
Place is creepy.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice. You must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay, we're just gonna keep walking down this one-way corridor. Fun. Oh, now we have to choose the culprit.
Is this some dungeon?
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
I have nothing to do with the case.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Again, why didn't they just give them names? I don't understand the laziness of not giving them names.
Wow, they're all here.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
The true culprit.
Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
You think it's so that we don't feel bad about them being murdered when the dungeon ends? But that makes it less... That feels like a reason why they shouldn't have done that. We should be feeling impacted after we kill the culprit, but if they're all just like nameless McGee here, I don't feel anything.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true...
Maybe those are their real names. I'm gonna name you Priest. Your name could be Worshipper. You can be called Nun.
Now tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you.
Adherents to this religion discard their worldly names. It's probably the closest explanation we'll get.
With your logic, anything is possible.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty. My heart's pounding.
Who's the culprit? Figure it out and hit him with a dramatic finger point. Make the right choice, you reveal a new truth. I mean, okay, we know it's not the servant because he's too big to fit through the vent. We know it's not the worshipper because he doesn't have access to the incinerator. So it has to be the nun or the priest.
Culprit?
I'm pretty sure it's the priest. I don't know what clue am I supposed to use to differentiate these two. Like, it's probably something with her arm. But I don't know how recently she broke her arm. We never got that piece of information.
I'm not the culprit.
The culprit is you, Father.
What? That's an absolutely...
Oh, hi, it's you again.
Ridiculous thing to say.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit. That's impossible. How dare you spew such nonsense?
Also, are we just gonna completely, like, gloss over the fact that the man has elf ears? Like, when is anyone gonna point that out?
Right! Do not make baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
But again, I mean, I know for the sake of the game, it makes sense. But, like, who are we to say that there isn't, like, another worker at the church that we haven't met? Like, what if there's another priest or servant that just works there that wasn't there when we visited? Like, how do we know there's only these 3 people plus worshiper? Like, for the sake of the game, yeah, but for the sake of real life, it doesn't, you know...
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
Yeah, I like how Yuma's question mark Ahoge turns into an exclamation mark. Oh, he's transforming too. Is he gonna turn to Dracula? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. He debuted. We have to fight both of them? Oh, thanks for the stretch, Kieran.
I'm a man of the...
Okay, so persons with access to the incinerator. He's better than Filch, I'll agree. Or Zilch.
This total blast! I am not the nail. That's it! The first one to discover the body. The mailman is the worshiper!
This is the truth. The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access.
This version of the priest dude, he kind of looks like one of the witnesses from Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice.
The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member, so he's no longer a suspect.
Shut up! Shut up!
He kind of also looks like Rasputin from Shadow Hearts 2, like the way they show Rasputin in that game.
Ridiculous!
Thin person, okay.
A member of the church is the culprit?
So it's either thin person or the burnt rope remains. I feel like he's probably gonna go with the burnt rope remains this time.
Even so, I am not the culprit!
Yeah, his
There
fingernails.
are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant! The servant!
Oh, no. The servant's not thin. We're fat shaming here.
The servant was able to commit the crimes!
I'll slash through this mystery.
Here's my evidence. Thin person.
Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
No, no! Absolute lies! The nun must be the culprit.
I don't understand how the fishing line... Oh. The key's placement implies that only someone with full use of their arms could have fashioned this room. Okay, but this was 3 months ago. We don't know when she broke her arm. She didn't tell us, but I mean, obviously this is what they're going for, but...
She's thin, and also works at...
She's thin!
None was absolutely able to commit the crimes. This is the truth.
Yeah, what if the servant just started binge eating after that murder to change his physique? To throw us off.
The mansion study's locked room. The culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit.
But we don't know when she broke her arm. Or she could have been lying about when she broke her arm. None of this tracks. This is why we can't do this in the courtroom, because none of this would hold up in the courtroom.
The servants or the nun. There's only one option left. Father, it's you. You are the nail man.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit.
Well...
You're useless. I am a priest in service to God.
Is he debuting again? Oh. Oh, hi. Oh, you're the nail man now.
I am not the nail man.
I am not the nail man as I transform into the nail man.
What god would make you this ugly?
All your proof is nothing but fantasy. You don't have a single piece of hard evidence.
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do! It's easy.
Yeah, Shinigami clearly doesn't need a beyond a reasonable doubt. It doesn't need to know it.
Based on the facts, the priest
Oh,
must
come
be
on.
the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
He nailed it.
A detective must always prioritize solving a case.
I guess I'm gonna have to drive forth my point.
Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods.
What do you mean?
In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing.
Confess, bonk. Confess, bonk.
Use everything?
Get Temenos in here.
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage.
Oh, thank you for the stretch, Luciana. I'll make sure to stretch, and you guys make sure to stretch as well.
Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that. Okay,
so we'll take a note out of Sholm's book and just start bluffing our way to make their eyes glance in a different direction, and we can point that out.
Bluff? In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
Oh, he's throwing a tantrum. Yeah, Kiro's hammering out all these puns. Look at him throw his tantrum. Look at him.
Enough with your stupid fantasies.
Report concerning the clock tower murder, suspicious footprints, past nailman murders, nail in the painting. Yeah, why was this random nail in this one painting? Let's do this for now and then we'll change it.
Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did
Or we just say that his
you find my
shoes-
fingerprints? Did you find my blood?
Yes, he's not gonna ask, did you find my footprints or something?
Of course there's no evidence. Because
Oh.
I'm not the culprit.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Enough with your stupid fantasies. Everything you say
Or do I bluff with the report?
is nothing but a fantasy.
Do I just say I have? Do I just say that I have his fingerprints? Like, what am I bluffing? Oh, maybe I'm bluffing the fingerprints on this nail.
Proof that I'm the culprit. Did you find my fingerprints? Did you
Wait, oh,
find
no.
my blood? Of course there's no evidence. Because I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I had to slash the
True.
fingerprints. Hey Sunflower, welcome to the stream.
Stupid fantasies. Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints?
What? I'm bluffing though. I'm saying we found your fingerprints on the nail. Yeah, you told me to bluff.
In that case,
You told me to bluff. The information was taken from the worshipper. So do I just say it's in the report?
Enough with your stupid fantasies.
Oops, no, I walked into it.
Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy.
Unless I do it on nothing but a fantasy.
Culprit. Did you find my fingerprints?
What if I say I did? On that one? No? Okay.
in that case,
You told me to bluff. So I'm supposed to be hitting statements incorrectly.
Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy.
Hey, I hit it. Oh, there's a fast forward button.
Did you find my fingerprints? Did
Oh, that's the wrong button.
my blood?
Oh, I'm supposed to do. Of course, there's no evidence, right?
that's true.
Yeah, that's
Enough with your stupid fantasies.
everything you say.
Oh God, it's kind of hard to do. It's hard to block when I'm fast forwarding, but I don't want to endure him talking.
Did you find my blood?
Of course there's no evidence.
What?
Come on.
The solution key doesn't say anything about traces left behind.
In that case,
Okay, so they're literally telling me I'm supposed to use this for that one. I mean, all of them work as bluffs.
Everything you say
They told me to bluff, and all of those work as
is
bluffs.
nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit?
Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood?
Of course there's no evidence. Here's the truth.
Okay, this seems like a silly way to go about doing this.
you left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene.
I thought he was gonna say, like, did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Did you find my footprints? And then I slashed the footprints, but he never said footprints, so then I didn't know what to do with it.
There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out.
Oh, I thought we were gonna bluff that we found his fingerprints on the nail in the painting, because he would have left. Oh, whatever.
They perfectly match your footprints.
Impossible. I already burned those shoes in the incinerator.
You gave yourself away.
Uh-huh, you idiot. Oh my gosh, this is what I know what he looks like. He looks like the Joker at the end of Arkham Asylum when the Joker like hulks out on the Bane venom and turns into a monster. That's what he looks like.
I swear, I only enacted justice in the name of God.
Wait, so are we done the labyrinth? Is that the end?
Looks like it worked. Good job, Yuma.
We still have to do like the giant Shinigami wall breaking section, right?
Thanks.
God I warn is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty.
Okay, but murdering random people's names on trees, I mean, if you think that's justice, I mean, what if someone just didn't like someone and put their name up? Like, that's not justice, man.
Those slain were the evil incarnate that harmed others. That's why the people asked the nailmen to kill them. Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them, made them suffer.
Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. His monster form here has normal human ears. But his human form has elf ears. So he loses his elf ears as he turns more monstrous?
All I did was slay evil.
Wait, he's dead. Does that mean I don't have to do that segment?
If someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nailman. And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
The priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them
Just steps
dead.
on his little spirit ghost.
What is awesome!
It's terrible. It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all.
Like, I don't feel satisfied after this.
Is it finally over? Huh, nothing's happening. But last time...
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear.
You telling me there's someone else masterminding this?
And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
Oh, great. Oh, that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to go through more of this.
Huh? It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman. Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed to it.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Someone else's agenda?
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
The Worshipper, then. The Worshipper was the other helper.
There's another culprit? But...
Yuma, if you consider yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot
Or,
solve.
big twist, it's gonna go back and the real mastermind is that boy that hired us.
all right.
We have to review these killings from a different perspective.
Okay. I hope this gets interesting. Surprise me, game. Surprise me. Or is it just gonna be like, oh, the Worshipper was
Out of
his
the 4 locked
helper?
rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret, it would be the room that's obviously different from the others.
Different?
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right? That's what you want, right?
Huh?
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you when you're so helpless like that. Okay, Master, lay it on.
Oh, I don't want the barrels. so let me think about this. Which room was different? Okay, the first room was the club. Second room was the mansion. Third room was the... Oh wait, the art gallery. And then fourth was clock tower. It has to be the clock tower, right? I think it's the clock tower.
No, that has nothing to do with the matter at hand.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't take away my HP for that. Okay, fine. Maybe the first one was different, and then the other ones were like copycat killings. I'm trying to think, was there one of them that was not strangled? No, they were all strangled, I think.
No, that has nothing to do.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
never mind.
Got it.
I was trying to reason it out. Is it because of the art gallery? Is it just because they're talking about... Wait, was the third one not strangled? I don't remember now. Or was it because, like, this one he actually... He talked about opening the scene with the other dude. So the worshipper, I think, had the most, like... Is it gonna go back to that can of paint that he knocked over? Yeah, this one was the one that wasn't strangled, right? Like, I vaguely remembered one of them not being strangled, but I just... Oh. Locked room is different because the victim's... neck? Throat? Wait, what word am I looking for? Death?
That's right!
Yeah, I don't like the barrel minigame. It's like half the time I know what it is, but sometimes it's like, okay, which specific word are they looking for?
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Okay, so if she wasn't strangled, what does that change? Is it gonna lead back to Worshipper being involved? Is it gonna have something to do with that can of... I mean, that room also had the can of paint knocked over, and it had the extra nail in the wall, which turned out as keys that we never used.
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting.
Oh, that's what they mean, yeah. So she did get strangled, it's just like she didn't... She probably got strangled after. Wait, what the heck?
The head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
Oh yeah, she had the mark on the back. I was just saying what the heck because the camera suddenly went weird. I think it's Halara ran into the camera or something.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma.
Maybe she caught him in the act and then he had to hit her. Look at these dancing skeletons.
Here's another obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one.
Hey, Gaming the System, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by today. Good to see you.
Yuma, let's solve this mystery and move on.
Right.
Why was the cause of death made to look like strangulation? It has to be copycat, I think.
Right here!
But then who would it be? The worshipper?
The strangulation was faked to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other 3 incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the mailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime.
I agree.
Got to accuse someone again? Yep, here they are. Is that the boy? Is that the boy in cage number 2?
Among the string of mailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the Mystery Labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the mailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed, we need to uncover this imposter's identity.
I kind of wanted to be the kid just for the twist of it.
All right.
Yeah, you, boy McCulpritson. I mean, I think it would have been interesting if they had the clockmaker
Copycat criminal?
as one of these
Hell?
options.
I'll kill your ass!
Well, you have nothing to say for yourself, kid.
You're accusing me of being the copycat criminal? What the hell? I'll kill your ass!
Nothing.
No, it's not me.
I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
Why are you not saying anything? Is it the boy? No, it can't be the
I told
boy.
you already. I have nothing to do with this.
You are the copycat criminal.
They should have put the clockmaker in cage 2 instead of the boy. That would have thrown me off.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you all about the nailman and even cooperated with your investigation. And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit.
Oh, hi.
I'll crush you to dust! You fool!
He went straight to his second debut. Isai, welcome back. Oh, he has a matching outfit. Matching nailman. What would the kid have looked like if he was the nailman? Like, what if the kid had a nailman form? Okay. Woman's corpse. Past murders, victim's neck, non-public information. I think it has to be this.
Accuse me of being the culprit.
Let's see what he
I was
says.
just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nailman.
Oh, so if he's going that route, it's going to be talking about this.
The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Oh, wait, no.
I knew it.
But
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene.
Society is the nailman.
Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nailman. The cause of death was just different.
Right, because he shouldn't know about that.
Different each time, yeah?
Wait, what? You should know about the cause of death for them. Okay, maybe I should see what his other statements actually are. I'm trying too hard to like rush this and I'm making mistakes. Okay, let's see what his other statements are.
I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat.
Oh, ow, those went really fast. Ow.
Anyone could have done it.
Okay, anyone could have done it. Is it because he knows everything? Is that the last statement? Okay.
Except...
You need to know the details, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it says here in the blurb, the information was obtained from the church worshipper who knew about the past Nailman murders. This one just says the victims were not publicized. Or everything other than the strangulation, so it has to be this one.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
Hey, no, there. What? Yeah, that's okay. I have the right evidence, but not the right statement then. If there's something only the first discoverer could have known. Oh. Oh.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene.
But that's what you were trying to tell me to do. Okay, so I got the right. Okay, I'm hitting the wrong statement with it.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
I had to hit the last statement with this
On
one.
the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat.
Yeah, becoming a giant monster and attacking us is pretty good indication that you're the one. See, again, it's like I know what the logic is, but figuring out like what they're trying to get me to slash on is kind of annoying. Especially since his statements are very short.
Faked as a strangling to resemble the nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away.
Yeah, he said, I'll slash through this mystery.
The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you. You could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
He looks even more like the Joker than the other dude, because his hair is the same as Bane Joker. Or Venom Joker, or whatever they call it.
The what?
Okay, that's exactly what the Joker's hair looks like in Arkham Asylum. Okay, now do we get to do the last part? Oh yeah, here we
For
go.
the first on the scene to also be the culprit is rather cliche.
He was always suspicious, but because the real mailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots. He was fascinated by the mailman, and by studying him...
So who's gonna drop dead after
eventually
this?
knew more about him
Priest
than
and
anyone
Worshipper, or
else.
just Worshipper?
Ultimately, he became the mailman.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy!
At least this last minigame is not that tough. But again, it's weird.
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
You're surprised how unaggressive they've been with Shinigami so far? I guess they got it all out during the first one, now it's just a rehash of the same thing, so it's no
Looks like
longer
we've
surprising to
arrived
us.
at the final stage.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth. Master, don't let your guard down.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sad that like this last stage is not specific to the culprit. Like it's all the same, like you're running through this field, through these walls, at the gates. Like couldn't they customize it? Like in this case, maybe I'm running through like a forest of dolls or something like that. And then the first one they could have made so I was like running on top of a train. Like it just feels very unspecific. Shingeki no Kyojin time. Yeah, I've become desensitized to all the Shinigami nonsense. Yeah, like, there she goes, eating me again. Whatever. Same old. Whatever. Here's the Alice Madness return section.
Let's do this, Master!
Hopefully I remember the buttons.
We'll never destroy this board! Damn you! Stop it! Shut up! Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the Nailman! I'm not the culprit! How dare you accuse me when you have no proof? You didn't even check the crime scenes back then! You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Thanks to Halar's forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered.
So just by coincidence that the third one had someone else come in at the same time. Because otherwise, if he was the first witness, but we didn't see his perspective because he's the culprit, then we wouldn't be getting the right reimagination.
We used post-cognition to gather all the evidence.
That would have been an interesting twist if they made it so like none of them we were seeing through the right person, and we were like under the wrong assumption. But that's not really what they did.
Stop it! Get away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away!
See, now he's just throwing a tantrum.
Get away!
Just saying "get away" over and over again is nothing substantial.
You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene. No clue will help lead you to the culprit.
Oh, it's because of the knocked over paint can. Because it was the other guy that saw it and not him.
Find the culprit.
So the paint can should not have been knocked over.
What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered.
Okay, so they did kind of do what I said. Okay. I'm surprised that he knows how to use this, though. How does he understand what post-cognition does? So yeah, it's the paint, because if it was his perspective, when he came in, the paint can should still be upright, but he's the one who knocked it over, so it was the other guy that saw it. This seems very arbitrary, though.
Post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Halar's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered.
In other words, this would never hold up in court.
So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery's staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit.
This is the truth of the case.
Yeah, we used magic to solve the crime. Okay, sounds sensible. The court now accepts this into the court record. Yeah, it says, wouldn't the culprit be the first witness, but the rule for Halara's ability is that it excludes the culprit from the viewing.
Master, finish him!
So that's why they use that as evidence.
Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
Okay, this part is also really dumb. Like, the fact that it's like they hype it up and they're like, you defeated him, now finish him off with the blade, and then they make you go through this little comic book slowly. So I'm only recreating the third one. And then they're gonna retell what he did for the third or fourth time now. Wait, do I have to recreate everything from the beginning? Like all 4 of the rooms? Oh my goodness. Okay, here. Where did the culprit leave the room from? Bam. What did the culprit use to climb the wall? You know what? I'm just gonna use this. Look at it! Look at that priest! Look at how smug he is. Wait, are his ears not pointed in this picture, or is it just because of the perspective? Oh no, his ears are pointed here. It's just because it's not a very big point. So from certain angles, it doesn't look that big. Okay. What did the culprit tie to the vent? Do I have that yet? No. Oh no. That's for here. Ow. Hey, what's the question asking me? Oh, this. I read. Oh, here it is. supposed to put both of you in here? Oh, here. So are they both gonna drop dead?
Step right up, step right up!
And again, how does that help us in our situation with Seth?
A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend.
I also don't like how this animation shows the book flipping the opposite direction
Mailman?
of the comic.
Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
It just works. Whatever.
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nailman is first. The Nailman is an urban legend of Kanaiwar. We write down the name of someone we want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church. And the Nailman will kill that person for you, with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room.
Okay, at least this time Shinigami's not interjecting every other sentence with a boob joke, so...
The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
Thanks for summoning Kirby, Lork.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation. I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
The key to the door was inside of a glass.
Yeah, it's character development. Shinigami stops making jokes about her boobs. Wow.
And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb.
I like how he's committing the crime in his priest garb, too. Like, something that's probably annoying to move around in when you're trying to do all this fine stuff.
With the proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Yuma district.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was again strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and boom! You got yourself a locked room mystery!
Again, his aim must have been so good to get that in one shot. To get it underneath the body.
The key was tossed under the victim from the vent. And once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The nails on the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
I mean, I guess it's like some of these locked rooms are
1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Yuma district.
only clever in that they all kind of use the nails and the dolls somehow, so it's kind of like, oh, that's interesting and quirky.
The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he was just killing people that people wrote onto notes. Like, they might not have been real criminals. He was just kind of trying to enact this urban legend.
Who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
Could have just been someone that pissed someone else off for no reason.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll.
It could have been a VTuber those people were trying to cancel. Who knows?
Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it.
How dare this lady be prettier than me? Death!
Was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room.
Also, like, the fact that this guy's committing the murders and he's just wearing this, like, very, very easy to spot outfit. This blue pinstripe suit with red clown shoes.
They nailed the key to the painting through the window, knocked it over, and bam! All done!
those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. Now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Kanai Ward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window.
Again, he must have done this part really quickly, in like 5 seconds, because that window does not stay open for that long.
That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected.
Or are they saying the rope was strong enough to, like, hold the shutter open, so then he just, like, forcibly pulled it through? I mean, I guess that makes a bit more sense, but whatever.
I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
So the rope was, like, thick.
The rope ladder was collected.
It was thick, but, like, didn't have enough friction that would make it difficult to pull. That's a weird combination. I guess if you had, like, a silky kind of thick rope.
Then burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the mailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this. The mailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation. This piece of information wasn't publicized.
The cause of death in the ungathering murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the mailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the mailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to blow the key with precision.
And someone affiliated with the church.
The priest! You're the nailman!
The copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the mailman's crimes is...
The worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
Yeah, the soundtrack for this game is also the same composer for Danganronpa. And yeah, in Danganronpa, they use pink for the color blood to, like, lower the rating on the game. So they kind of carry that over.
This is the truth of the case!
Hey Kiefer, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by.
What's that?
It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Yeah, it's a twofer this time. We get to murder 2 people. I don't know, I feel like this case went for quantity over quality, because, like, none of the actual locked rooms were that difficult. And also the fact that, like, we kind of figured out all the locked rooms even before coming into the mystery dungeon, kind of like Halara did. So it really just felt like we did the investigation 3 times. Like, we did it once in the real world, we did it once when we came into the dungeon, and then we did it once on our way out. Like, it just felt like we were just repeating the same stuff over and over again. So it felt very monotonous. Like, it doesn't really feel fun. Like, it's not bad, but it's definitely not riveting. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess
Thank you, Halara.
I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
I guess the copycat part was kind of neat, but it wasn't like a whoa, it was just kind of like a, oh, neat, you know?
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring me.
Especially considering it's the same writer. That's why, like, if it was someone else writing it, I'd be a bit more forgiving, because I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, someone else is writing it, it's not easy to write a mystery, but, like, it's the same writer, so I feel like, I don't know, my standard for it should be a bit higher.
But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective.
And like I said before, it doesn't feel satisfying, because, like, the culprits just kind of throw temper tantrums at us, and then we cut them down. Like, there's no, like, battle of wits, or it's like a very basic battle of wits. It's not like you outsmart them or anything like that. It's not like you even get a confession out of them. It's not like they say anything to regret their actions. You just kind of go like, it's you, and then they just kind of die. So you don't really get much like closure from it either. And in this case, both of them didn't even have names. Priest and Worshipper. So like, no connection to any of the characters. It really just didn't feel like anything.
That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Really, Halara? You do?
Yeah, not riveting. Rivets are a form of nail.
Alright, all eyes on Shinigami.
Father Hammer time. Yeah, he should not have been called the Nail Man. He should have been called Father Hammer time. That would have been a cooler name.
What's about to happen?
Oh, isn't it obvious? It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Time to boom kill the bad guy!
And again, the whole thing too is like, we didn't even need to go into the labyrinth. Not only because like I kind of solved it, but also like, if Halara solved everything before coming in here, we could have solved this without any bloodshed. And I know Shinigami says, oh, but they're criminals, they're unrepentant, but then we would have been able to get confessions and saved ourselves from Seth. And they're gonna find some weird plot contrivance to save us from Seth. I don't know, it's gonna be weird. Okay, I hope you two are ready for death. Right, I forgot you have to do the stupid Sailor Moon transformation.
Bloodlust. Overflowing despair.
Pull out a scythe only to blast them with magic.
The brilliant soul of Shinigami. Shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. To the final victory labyrinth.
Yeah, in the universe, there's actually no music playing. She's just doing this silly dance, spinning around in complete silence as she pulls a scythe out of the air and then blasts them with a laser. Aside from the screaming and the explosion. No, I'm not saying Sailor Moon's stupid. I'm saying the fact that they had to turn this into a Sailor Moon sequence, which is completely out of place and totally ruins the mood. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Okay, so now what? How do we get out of this? In the name of brutal murder, I shall punish you. Now the question is, does Halara remember any of this? Hey, look! This time we were actually here to witness their death!
Father?
Are you alright?
What's going on? What happened to those two?
There's the pulse. They're dead.
Dead? What?
What? What is this?
Okay, so she doesn't remember a thing.
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I knew this would happen. but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes. It's like I killed them myself.
I mean, you kind of did.
No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
Especially considering you could have solved everything, and Halara solved everything prior to going into the mystery labyrinth, so... avoidable, yes.
There. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right? These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them.
So we're just being wasteful now, is that what you're saying?
If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
No, then we have to feel bad about being wasteful.
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
Hey, hold on! I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, how do we explain our ways out of this one?
Too much is happening all at once.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Is it just me, or are things more complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
That's what I've been saying.
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again? Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
What, you could do that?
Everyone!
This is just worse! You're gonna possess their bodies and force a confession out of them? And then make them drop dead again? I can't.
Ah! He came back to life!
Sorry about that! You see, I'm actually the nail.
What?
These are my final words, so I can't lie.
Yeah, this game is testing my patience.
I'm the nail man. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
I
Wow.
didn't know you could do that.
Now we're just traumatized as well. Great.
But that was a super lazy confession. Will it work?
That should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
We have witnesses to this ghostly possession.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him.
I couldn't even hear what he said.
Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation at once.
Shinigami, quickly possess him again and make him say it louder. Priest gets up. Actually, I noticed you didn't hear my confession, so let me say it again before I pass away into the afterlife. Pass me your megaphone. Oh my gosh.
What?
It wasn't effective at all.
He's so stubborn. This is why I hate authority.
Okay, possess the other dude now.
What do we do?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
A motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
It can't be.
Where is that coming from?
No. What are you doing here?
Wait, did he just die? Oh, did you just shoot him?
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
The hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Yomi Hell Smile. Great, another VTuber. Thank you for all the bits, Tomo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Welcome. Oh my gosh, all these characters have such silly sounding names. They all sound like VTubers. And what a trustworthy name. I trust Yomi Hellsmile to protect my town. What are you talking about? What's gonna be the name of his... What's the name of his, like, assistant there? Can't wait to meet the game's big bad. Kirostyle. Oh my goodness.
Peacekeeper's director?
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
So did they just execute Seth or did they just knock him out? I'm still unclear about that. You want to make VTuber debut memes out of my streams? I mean, they have like the whole intro sequence here and everything.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, his assistant's name is probably like Sakura Death Grimace.
No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
Martina Electro! Martina Electro. Wow. Did you guys choose your own names? Oh my goodness. When you were like 5 years old or something?
She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her.
What's with him?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy is dangerous.
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
I don't know if dangerous aura is what I would describe him as.
He's that bad?
Yeah, sir, I don't think anyone was interested in Martina, so you could, you know, back off.
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
I'll tell you what you can go do with your beloved right hand.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
Oh, hey Seth, you're still alive.
Huh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here?
So are you telling me again that if we just stood around and did nothing, everything would have been resolved regardless of whether we did the Mystery Labyrinth or not? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Why am I...
Yeah, Martina looks like Halara with longer hair, you're right.
We had discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
I guess it's just the art style and the fact that they have similar colored hair.
We now know why you were so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings. After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
No megaphone for
Did
you.
say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
Without your megaphone, you're powerless.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission. And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you? Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die.
Is he just gonna kill him, like, right here?
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
So, I mean, if Seth gets offed now, do we get to see Swank again? Does Swank come back? Because I don't want to see him again, but... I kind of feel bad for Seth now. Just drags him away.
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this. I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
Title of your sex tape. Oh my goodness, you really said that.
It's an honor.
Oh my god.
He's terrible. Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Well then. To our shit-for-brains friends playing detective. Looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die!
Okay, can you just bugger off, Yomi Hell Smile? Go play with your right hand or something.
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the Peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. You little shits.
You don't spit at me.
That's not very nice.
Let's go, my beloved right hand.
Lorg. Martina, if you ever get bored of Yomi, there's a certain cat lady nun who is also in need of a right hand. Oh, that's good. That's gold. Where did she go anyways? Where's the cat girl?
Yes, Director Yomi.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah, thanks to you! One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts! None! How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
What? When did I say that?
Huh?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
Halara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth. Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories.
So in other words, it really was completely pointless, other than the fact that we got to murder 2 people.
Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
And let's reverse all that character growth that we went through. She's not even gonna come out with like some kind of like, I have this sinking feeling in my brain that I acknowledge you as a detective now. It's just nope. Nothing.
What? I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding.
This whole stream has been a waste of time.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
That's awful!
Hey, Yuma? Are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
No, Shinigami calls Halara Hellara as a nickname, so it's not a typo. That's just Shinigami's nickname, but phonetically they sound so similar that who really cares?
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
Also, our other detective friends still haven't come for the
It was supposed to be time
meeting.
for you to reveal the solution, but we've ended up in quite the mess.
Huh? Yeah.
This is my first time dealing with the true culprit dying before they could be accused.
Well, it's my second time, Halara.
But I recall how you did your best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Laura.
Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go.
Right.
right. Thank you.
Wink! We're best friends now! Okay, bye, Halara. Next chapter I'm gonna have a different partner and you're gonna be kicked to the wayside. Bye. Who do I get to work with next time? I don't want to play with you anymore. Oh look, everyone actually came for the meeting. They're only like
Are you serious?
6 hours late.
Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nail man?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nail man. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest, and decided he needed to save them.
Announcement to all the citizens in Kanai Ward. We have apprehended the Nail Man. Would you like to know his identity? Nail Man was priest. That is all.
That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
So what about the kitty cat criminal?
Kitty cat. Oh, you mean copycat. I was gonna say, but the nun had the cat ears.
You mean the copycat?
Yeah. No, not the priest. Which one? Oh yeah, and the copycat killer was Worshipper.
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real Nail Man.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? None of this really makes any sense.
That sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
It's me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow. Especially when you consider the timing, he'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
All the worshippers just Spider-Man pointing at each other. Everyone that's sitting in the church at the time they learn the news gets up and just starts like suspecting each other.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
No, it was a motorcycle.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary. So he is very normal? How scary.
There is nothing normal about his right hand, miss.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
Kanai Ward's ultimate secret, you say? What is Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? What could be the ultimate secret of Kanai Ward? The secret in Kanai Ward that is ultimate? The Kanai Ultimate Secret Ward?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
Hey, man, you haven't even done anything yet.
We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die. Oh wait, but I can't die.
We have a visitor? That's rare.
Oh, please don't tell me it's Mr. Right Hand.
Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Here, let's talk to everyone real quick.
Oh,
Someone's here, right? Maybe you should get the door. You might get fed up and go home. Maybe it's the left hand. The left hand came to visit us.
Yuma.
Visitor? Who could it be? Yuma, could you go get it?
oh!
Sure. Master, you're like a little servant boy. Yeah. And Desahiko's literally like 2 steps away from the door.
Hey,
A visitor. It could be the peacekeepers.
What do I do?
Oh, they may be after us after what happened today. Yeah. Be careful. You're not gonna help?
I don't work for cheap.
I could, but how much can you pay? So I'm just gonna be infinitely in debt to you and never pay it off. Is that what I'm getting from this? How kind of you. I didn't think you'd come to check on me too. But you should probably check on the visitor instead. They might get mad and go home.
Yes.
Right, got it.
I see.
A visitor, could it be?
Maybe.
You have an idea of who it is? Perhaps it is the kitty cat you mentioned earlier. Not kitty cat, copycat. Anyway, that guy already committed suicide. We're not gonna talk about how I actually killed him, but... Oh, truly? My apologies. I do so often forget things. Man, whatever chapter I'm gonna have to do with Fubuki is gonna become tiring so quickly. Her cute but dumb shtick is gonna wear thin so quickly. I'm gonna fix myself some breakfast. Or take a shower.
Wow.
Master? Come on.
Huh?
Oh, it's you! How'd you find us?
It's you.
This boy is powerful! This boy is powerful!
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you.
In fact, I totally forgot about you.
Thank you for helping us.
He's gonna be revealed to be like the president of Kanai Ward or something like that. This kid.
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, maybe this kid's the master detective.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised the peacekeepers let the dad go. I mean, I guess we have to have closure to this chapter somehow. And now the peacekeepers know where we are. We're like sitting ducks here. Why can't we just drive our submarine somewhere else, you know?
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
And I thought we kept our submarine submerged. Usually, so obviously not.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Huh? Catch? But it's raining.
I thought he was gonna give me his ball as payment, like we agreed.
Actually, sure. Let's play.
I made a friend! His name is Boy. This boy is gonna be the mastermind behind everything, isn't he?
The unending rain. My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing.
Oh, look at them being cute.
I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective. And it could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand.
In your right hand?
Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
Exactly, the kid's dad is Kratos. Clearly. Boy. Wow, look at my score. I want view details? Sure. Okay, actually I don't really care about this at all. Yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. Take care if you're taking off. Good night. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Okay, so that's chapter 1. And I think I pretty much said everything that I'm thinking during that mystery labyrinth because it's dragging at the end. But like, I don't know, the whole mystery labyrinth is like, it feels so inconsequential, especially since everything happens afterwards anyways. And again, it felt like quantity over quality for the cases here. And like, I don't know, like no emotions tied to it. Like all the culprits didn't have real names, like even the boy we helped didn't have a real name. Like, I don't know. I'd say the game is not improving for me, but it's not getting worse. So that's good. Again, I'm really hoping that there's like some great twist later on, or maybe the cases get better. But I guess we won't know for sure until we keep going. Now, we still have like an hour left in stream. And I don't know how long the next chapter is, and especially because the investigation seemed pretty lengthy. The investigation was a lot longer than the mystery labyrinth, which again wasn't a labyrinth either. So, you know, we'll keep playing just to get some of the investigation over with, and then we'll just cut up the videos properly when they get VODed on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to cut the video here, but if you're watching this live on Twitch, we're going to keep going and see what chapter 2 has in store for us.